Hi, and welcome to Beauty on Board, Voyage International Beauty Show on Yachting International Radio. Today, we have got a very exciting episode waiting for us, so with that being said, let's jump into it.
Ella, can you tell us a little more about yourself and what you do?
Well, um, I'm a chief stewardess interior manager. I started this industry in 2013-14. It is an amazing opportunity for everyone, I think. I love my job. And what I do on board is working hard, teaching a lot of girls. At the beginning, I wasn't like this. It started slowly. I didn't become immediately chief stew.
Yeah.
But with a lot of calm, a lot of patience, and eager to learn more, I become a chief stew, and now I'm an interior manager.
That's amazing.
Of a beautiful villas. And this opportunity just has been last year, like last summer, and is a new challenge for me. It's a new thing that I'm doing now, and I'm very happy. I'm doing quite well. I have to work hard. It's much more responsibility than a chief stew on board. Even on board you have, but now has more. I'm increasing up with my career as well.
I can imagine. Have you faced, I'm sure you have faced challenges being a chief stew and an interior manager. But if you can think of something that stood out, how did you manage that specific situation?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. I mean, the first thing that you have to do, anything that happened, keep calm. Keep calm and think about solution. Any problem has a solution. And if you don't keep calm, like anything that can happen, don't panic. I mean, you have to think immediately about the solution. Has to be a plan B for anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Keep calm and think about solution and give always option A and B. But if you don't keep calm, you don't have anything can happen and can be like really thousands of things, even thinking about maybe I'm going to die now, but it's not like this. Calm and it's nothing as it looks. For me is the only thing that I can do and I can see. I have a lot of situation. I don't want to specify to put one, but the only thing that you can do is, as I said, keep calm and go have a solution. Have a solution for everything what happens.
Do you think that's an important skill or quality to have if you would like to pursue a career as a chief stewardess, to have patience and, as you said, be calm and collected?
As a chief stew, okay, the experience taught you more. The experience, like every day with different guests, with different crew, you learn more. More ways how to do it. But having a plan, you start a day with a plan, and you have to have project management skills. Empathy to the crew, well organization, because if you are not organized, you get lost.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you have a team of 2 or a team of 3, you have to have a plan for your day. I mean, you have to be organized, calm under pressure, smiling, but honestly smiling.
Yes, definitely be kind and empathetic towards your crew. That's very, very important.
Very, very, very important. It doesn't matter how your day has been, because you have days that you sleep 4 hours. You don't even sleep. Doesn't matter. You keep going on, because this industry is a luxury industry. They're paying for this service. You have to give it to them.
Yes, you need to deliver on this service that's being expected of you. It's a very exclusive industry. Yeah.
They're paying for these luxury holidays, and you are there to make it happen, to make it their holiday is the best one.
Yeah, you are part of that luxury experience, if we have to break it down in short, which is why it's so important to be top notch at your service and be a real team player. Do you have any advice for crew or fellow chief stews on how to stay calm in challenging situations, how to just, take a deep breath, because sometimes it's not that easy to just, take that deep breath and calm yourself.
I think that the chief stews of today, because for me has been almost 10 years in the yachting industry, and for today, the new chief stew that they want to become, they want to achieve to become a chief stew, it's kind of learn as much as you can from your previous chief stew, or get the best part from any kind, and get ideas. Don't get close. Even if you don't know, doesn't matter. I haven't done any course for silver service. I've learned everything by my experience. YouTube, get informed. Open internet, because today the internet is the best thing. And Facebook, that when I started, it didn't exist any yacht groups. It didn't exist anything. And today you have so many info. I mean, get it, read it, get informed. And if you don't know, don't be ashamed to accept it. Ask more. I mean, that's the most important thing today. The new chief stew has to get, not just because I have 3 years of experience, I can become. No, it doesn't start like this. Exactly. You have to, even today that I'm an interior after all these years, I keep studying. I keep reading new articles, new things, even from a chief stew that has been only from 3 years, but it's never enough. You have to learn more and more, study, get information as much as you can. Only like this, you will achieve where you want.
Yes, wisdom is power, as they say. Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you so much for that. That's really, really good advice there. Always keep on improving and adding a skill and upskilling yourself. Never stop learning. I love that. Love that. What has been one of your most memorial experiences so far in your entire 10 years? I'm sure there's been many, but if you can tell us one thing, what can that be?
But I have the first crossing, the first Atlantic crossing, that it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't. It just started everything seasonal. I was a student at the time, and to arrive to do the crossing, to arrive to the other side in the middle of the ocean, I'm like, oh, what I'm doing. It's still in my memories, one of the best, because the first one, the second, the third, you can do as many as you want, but the first, it was my best experience. And after I saw so many different people, so many different islands, other kind of lives, that I was like, oh, exist. But that was one of my best. It's still in my memory. The first crossing that I've done for 3 weeks, it's still in my memories. I'm like, it's going to be one of my best, because that's when everything starts to change it.
I can imagine, because that is when the reality really set in for you, like, okay, this is happening. I am really, really taking the leap. I did it. I'm doing it.
If I was in the middle of ocean, there is not even a boat. For 2 weeks, it was just us, flying fish, and nothing else, just sea. I could see, but was the amazing sunsets and the sunrise that I ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's such a special experience.
It's amazing
to have, isn't it?
I loved it. Like, I'm so happy. I'm like, you have to love your job, and I never regret for everything what I have done till now. It's just amazing. It's just an amazing opportunity. Today yachting has changed a bit. It's not as it was, but still is good. If you want to be there, like, you have to love it. You are not only for money there. You have to think about that as well. Because today is like, oh, money, oh, how much have you paid me this? No, I don't ask about, are you going to pay me? Of course, everyone is working for that money, but you have to love what you do as well.
Yes, there needs to be a passion for the service and for people. Because as we said earlier, you are part of the luxury experience when you are part of the crew. So you need to have a passion for the people that you're delivering that service to.
You have to understand even their side. You have to understand both sides. You have to be like crew side and guest side. Like, you have to understand all these areas, all these different like, even in the galley, the area in the crew mess, the area in the deck, the area with the guests. Like, you have to be everywhere and to understand all these things. I just love my job. I'm like, I really like it, my job. And I'm still in here doing it. I'm doing I'm doing what I want mostly, but shore-based is better. I think even for my, like now, after all these years, being shore-based is much more.
That's your heart is there. With that being said, would you recommend others join the yachting industry?
Completely. It's a beautiful industry, is a completely different life for what we're used ashore. It's nothing to do, it's completely different. But do it if you really like it. If you have to like it. Don't do it just for, because as I said, today I see a lot of crew only for money. The first thing that they ask is money and tips. I didn't even know what does it mean tips when I was in a charter boat. I was like, what is a tip?
Yeah, you can get tips when you work on board.
Get tips. I was used for 4 years only with my salary, and that's it. Was enough for me.
Wow.
And when I go, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe it. And today, the first thing when I do with a greenie interview to get it to work, there is, how much is the tip? To the thing that I know, if the guests leave a tip, is welcomed, but you can't just afford like give it.
Yeah, you can't demand that from the guest. That's up to you whether you deserve that tip or not.
A bit of disappointed of the crew of today. It just made me a bit, why it has been changed so much.
Yes, why?
Millionaires, but they're paying for this. It's not that they're coming for free in here. I'm like, you have that's the only thing that it makes me a bit disappointed for the new crew. Do it because you really, you do it for the money as well, but you have to do it with passion. You have to like it, not only because it's the yachting or big yachts, doesn't matter. If it's 100 meter or if it's 30 or if it's 20, it's still a yacht.
Yes, you can't be, there's a quote, beggars can't be choosers. So it goes like that, and it basically comes down to what you just said. You cannot work in the industry and have demands because you are there to deliver a service. So just as much as you like traveling and making money, you should love serving your guests and getting to know them and giving them what they need and what they want.
All the time you travel, but sometimes you don't really have time to visit these places. I have so many islands that I haven't visited in all these years. Because you don't have time. You don't have to think only about, traveling. Yes, you are there to work as well. Traveling, if you can, you take it off. That's for sure. I'm like, enjoy it. If you can, enjoy it as much as you can. But not all the yachts are the same. In some yachts, you have a lot of time. And in some yachts, you don't have time. You don't breathe.
Yes, exactly.
That's the industry. Take it or leave it.
I appreciate your honesty so much. I don't feel there's enough of this rawness out there, which is so important. I have a last question for you, which is, are you currently on board or are you on land?
At the moment, I've just finished few girls training in another yacht. Because I am kind of rescue sometimes. When the yacht needs me, I just go every time in my previous, when I've been chief stew before, I'm like, the captain keep calling me, even the owner, just please come and train the girls. And I was there only for 1 month shipyard time to teach the girls what to do in shipyard as well.
Amazing.
And doing all these inventories, these systems online, because in the yachting the good thing is you have a system online that you pay, but is amazing. It's so easy to train all the new girls how to do the things. And after I came back, and I keep doing my in distance now because I have to go back as interior manager, employing the people. But I'm at home at the moment, working from home, a lot of work as well.
Has the industry prepped you at all for anything that you have faced career-wise on land? Has it taught you any skills that you can use in your personal life or career on land?
Yes, quite a lot. I mean, depends where, because it depends even in the area where you live. I mean, as an interior manager now, like that, I have all these skills because I learned it from my experience. All my experience taught me like to arrive where I am in here. but ashore you can use it a lot in a lot of areas, but depends where you are. South of France, for example, has a lot of opportunity for my profile.
Yes.
But depends where you are, everything. Depends.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it depends everything. If you are North Italy, if you have to do with the yachting as an agent, for example, I've done a lot of agent as well this summer, recruitment of crew. I mean, things that my yachting career taught me about how to employ the people and what a boat needs you, what an engineer and what the chef needs.
Yes, of course. I can think that taught you a lot of organizational and planning as well.
Planning a lot, creating files, creating from A to Z, all by myself. How to do it and how to write everything I created. I didn't even know, as I said, today you have everything ready. On Facebook, on internet, I did it all by myself.
And that's very rewarding. I think you can be very proud of yourself for doing that.
I'm still getting. I'm still on the still learning. It's never enough.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you so much for tuning in on Beauty on Board, Voyage International Beauty Show on Yachting International Radio. This has been a great episode and I thank you for tuning in. See you next time. I'm Lalani and I've been your host.